Ladies, did you know that there's one simple thing that you can do that touches on the three most important aspects of a relationship to a man, especially masculine men? There's such beauty, simplicity, subtlety, and efficiency in feminine energy. It's truly amazing. And now these three aspects are more important to men than the romantic feeling of love, connection, and chemistry, even more important than attraction at a certain level for men that are looking for something serious. And now, what I'm about to share with you is not meant to be used as manipulation tactics or to play games. I'm simply giving you insight into the mind of a man. It's because when I first experienced this, it was refreshing, intriguing, and attractive in a mental, non sexual type of way. And between a man and a woman, this is a very submissive, feminine act, which men really like. And the thing is this, you ready for it? Come in. Asking permission for things you don't need to ask permission for. All right, back it up. Now, I know how that sounds surface level, but let me explain. And I'll give you an example. This was with my previous old lady. Every now and again, she would be out at the store by herself. She would hit me up and she would ask if she could buy something. Granted, this is with her own money. And a quick disclaimer, she never had to ask permission for anything. We didn't have that type of relationship. I'm not a controlling man. This was completely of her own free will, and it was completely unnecessary on her part. And she would do this with other things as well. But I'm just going to stick to this example for now. But every time she did this, ask permission for things that she didn't need to, I kind of liked it. And at first I didn't understand why. But upon further reflection and introspection, I realized that it was because it subtly touched on these three aspects that I mentioned earlier. And her and I never discussed why she did this, but thinking back on it now, it was because, based on the type of relationship her and I had, it was because she trusted me to make better decisions for her than she would for herself. She knew she was prone to impulse buying, to buying unnecessary things, and she was trying to get better about this. And so she trusted me to lead her, to guide her, to make decisions for her. And as a man, this feels good to be trusted in this way. But on the opposite end, as I said, she never had to ask permission for anything at all whatsoever. So there was never any reason for me to tell her no. But since I didn't know where she was going with this at first, and we were still fresh in this aspect, every now and again, just to test the waters and see how she would react, I would tell her no. And every time I told her no, she listened. And what this did was create a level of trust in me for her, that if she listened to me on such insignificant things, that if I were to ever make a decision for her, an important decision for her, regarding her safety, regarding her protection, her livelihood, it created this level of trust that she would trust my decisions and respect my decisions, which ties into the second aspect of it, respect. As I said, these things which she would ask permission for were so insignificant, but if she listened to me, she trusted and respected. If I ever said, hey baby, I don't want you doing this out of your protection, I don't think this is safe for you, it created this level of trust that if I were to ever make an important decision like that she would trust and respect what I have to say. And this trust and respect created this sense of loyalty between us, Loyalty to me, loyalty to our relationship. That if things ever got hard and I made an important decision for us regarding our livelihood together, that no matter how she felt, no matter if she didn't agree with it, that she would trust, respect my decisions, and remain loyal to what we had. So in that simple, unnecessary act of asking permission for things that she didn't need to ask permission for, she subtly touched on those three aspects: trust, respect, and loyalty. And the reason why I mention this is because there are some women out there that they have a great guy, but they say that he doesn't step into his masculine role enough. He's not a leader, he's not an initiator, he's not a decision maker. And he's a great guy, but they would just want to know how they can help in some way, what they can do to help him step into that. And the thing is, it's not your job, ladies, to do this. If it's not in a man, if he doesn't want it for himself, it won't happen. But what you can do is create opportunities for him to step into this. There's this idea that some women have that it's not the feminine role to lead or initiate, but this is simply not true. If you think of old-fashioned women back, let's say 100 years ago or so, there's this concept of dropping the handkerchief, which is a woman would see a man that she liked, that she wanted him to pursue her, but what she would do is walk by him, drop her handkerchief, and then just keep walking. And now it was up to him, if he wanted to pick it up, go and talk to her. Now there's a reason for them to talk, and if he chose to, then pursue her. Who initiated in that situation? It was the woman. And so this is how feminine and masculine energies are different. The feminine initiates subtly. The masculine initiates boldly. And so what you can do is you can initiate by essentially dropping the handkerchief and asking him permission for things that you don't necessarily need to ask permission for. And what it does is create this opportunity for him to step into a more decisive, leading, guiding, masculine role. And an important distinction I want to make is not asking suggestion for things, but asking permission. And it's because it subtly conveys two things. When you're asking permission for something, it subtly conveys that you are his. A lot of women say that they want to be claimed, that they want this healthy level of, this healthy sense of ownership between her and her man. You are his, he is yours. But the thing is, a man won't want to claim you unless he feels like you are his. And a man won't want to claim you in everything that comes with that claiming, which is what? Protection, provision, leadership, guidance, devotion, commitment. All of that comes with a man claiming you, but he won't do it unless you make him feel that you are his. And by asking him permission to do things, it subtly conveys that, saying, hey, I'm yours. What it also subtly conveys is that you are giving him a slight level of authority with you. Not authority over you, authority with you. As in, you are trusting him to be able to make these decisions, trusting him to lead you, guide you, direct you in a certain level of your life. And when men feel that they have this level of authority, that you are his, well, what do men do? Men protect what is theirs. This sense of authority comes with a sense of duty, which is what will make him want to commit to you. It will make him want to devote himself to you and provide everything that comes with that claiming. And so it's a subtle difference. Not asking, should I do this? Is it a good idea to do this? These are asking for suggestions. It's no different than asking, hey, where should we eat? If a man is already not decisive and he doesn't have it in him to be decisive or an initiator, asking suggestions won't change anything. But asking permission has the potential to. Asking permission subtly conveys that you are his and that you are giving him a certain level of authority with you. And now this will trigger, it has the potential to trigger this instinct in a man to want to devote and commit himself to you and provide all these things that come with that. And so again, to reiterate, I'm not saying that you should do this or that you have to do this to create all of these feelings that I'm talking about. And I actually don't suggest you do unless it's with a man that you already trust. And only for two reasons if you are going to do this. First reason being is that you have a great guy, you trust him, he's a good man, but he's just not stepping into that masculine role. He's not a leader, he's not a decision maker, he's not an initiator. So what you can do as a woman is claim your power and initiate in a feminine way. You can, in a sense, drop the handkerchief and create this sense of polarity, this sense of trust, respect, and loyalty, this sense of, hey, I'm yours, this sense of, hey, you have authority with me, by simply just saying, hey, can I do this? May I do this? Am I allowed to do this? And I know strong women, this type of language, it doesn't agree with you. But if you can drop your ego and lead in a feminine way, you have the opportunity to bring about all of these feelings between you and your man. And the second reason, if you are going to do this, the only other second reason I would suggest is if you already have a man that's in his masculine role, he's a leader, he's a decision maker, but you just want to subtly convey, hey, I'm yours. Hey, you have authority with me that I've given you. There's trust, respect, and loyalty between us. If you want to subtly convey that, then this would be another reason to try this. But again, I'm not suggesting that you do it, that you have to. I don't suggest that you use this to manipulate your man or try and change your man. Simply just giving you insight into what I've experienced and just the subtle complexities of it all. So to wrap it all up, if you want to take the lead in a feminine way, which women do, women lead, women initiate, and if you want to bring about all of these things, the potential for your man to step into a masculine role, the potential to create this sense of trust, loyalty, respect in between you two, this subtle indication that you are his and that he can make decisions for you and that you trust him with that. Subtly conveying all of that, you can do that by simply, unnecessarily asking permission for things you don't need to ask permission for. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was insightful. And I hope you have a good day.